Hello and welcome back to the Shed Geek Podcast. Here's a message from our 2025 studio sponsor. Let's be real. Running a shed business today isn't just about building great sheds. The industry is changing fast. We're all feeling the squeeze, competing for fewer buyers while expectations keep climbing. And yet, I hear from many of you that you are still juggling spreadsheets, clunky software, or disconnected systems. You're spending more time managing chaos than actually growing your business. That's why I want to talk to you about our studio sponsor, ShedPro. If you're not already using them, I really think you should check them out. ShedPro combines your 3D configurator, point of sale, RTO contracts, inventory, deliveries, and dealer tools all in one platform. They even integrate cleanly into our Shed Geek marketing solutions. From website lead to final delivery, you can quote, contract, collect payment, and schedule delivery in one clean workflow. No more double entries, no more back and forth chaos. Quoting is faster, orders are cleaner. And instead of chasing down paperwork, you're actually running your business. And if you mention Shed Geek, you'll get 25% off all setup fees. Check it out at shedpro.co/ShedGeek. Thank you, ShedPro, for being our studio sponsor, and honestly, for building something that helps the industry. Well, okay, welcome back to another episode of the Shed Geek Podcast here at the 2025 Shed Week Shed Expo in Knoxville, Tennessee. I'm so excited. We got a chance to meet already. Energy is infectious, right? Like the event's amazing. You should be here if you're not here.
Oh, they're missing out if they're not here.
So tell me, who do we have on the show today? Introduce yourself and what you do.
I am Tony Manti. I'm from Watoma, Wisconsin. I have a dealership there, and I am known as the Shed Queen.
I'm just going to call you Shed Queen from now on.
Perfect.
If that's okay.
That's perfect.
Okay, I like it. Some people come up and call me Mr. Geek, and they're like, I don't even know your name. And I'm like, it's perfectly fine. Call me a geek because I am a Shed Geek. That's what I do. So, yep. Miss Shed Queen. Perfect. Okay, who else we got here?
So my name is Mariano. I'm with North Build Sheds up in Poynette, Wisconsin. I actually started doing marketing and media content for Tony's shed lot up in Watoma, Wisconsin, and that's kind of how I got started here.
So like we've talked about this, and like your way around marketing a little bit. You know your way around.
The fundamental basics.
Yeah. You're talking about RSS feeds with me, which most people are like, no clue.
I see XLR mics. I'm like, man, this guy's really got to set up. Rode's a really good brand as well. So
and this is even this is 5 years old. This is the first board that we got whenever we started as a Rodecaster Pro, and now we've went to a Rodecaster 2. But now you're probably more techie than me. You were talking about gaming. You're like my son. You jump in there and figure technology out really fast.
I can tear some things apart. I repair drones as a side hustle, so I'm repairing drones from people coast to coast.
So yeah, you're like my son, you're like my wife, you're that mind that can get in there, figure it out.
Forward progression, always advancement, improvement every day.
I love it, dude.
And I'm the one that don't like computers.
Well, me and you would have a better conversation because we'd talk about.
Just get rid of him?
Well, get out of here. What are you doing here? We don't even need you.
I'm here for moral support. I'm here for the energy. I'm here for the energy. There's a lot of great energy here in this room. There's a lot of amazing people. A lot of really cool vendors that I see here that I've never heard of. So, again, I'm kind of new to the industry, so really excited to see this many people show up for something so awesome.
Well, who would have thought that you could put together an event for just a bunch of shed people?
For shed guys,
right?
Shed gals.
Yeah.
Shed life.
I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah.
A little town coming to a big event in a big city and seeing all this, and there's so many out there that are doing the same thing I'm doing.
And you probably feel a lot of times like I always say there's a big ocean out there, but you're just in a fishbowl when you're sitting there at your lot.
Yeah.
You're not connected.
We're fishermen and women here.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Her lot is on a pond.
No way.
And they got largemouth bass and smallmouth bass.
And every morning before I start work, I literally go to the pond and I feed my fish.
Nice.
It is my quiet time before I hit the big.
She's a fish whisperer and a shed sales queen. Like literally.
That is the first time that series of words have ever been spoken on this podcast. Probably, I promise you.
Probably.
That's awesome. So, when did you get started, Miss Shed Queen? Like, where's your story begin?
Great first question.
I started 3 years, 1 month ago. a builder came and asked me to start a dealership for him.
Okay.
Because I had worked previously for someone else. And he was like, nope, I need you to start your own dealership. And so 3 years, 1 month ago, I started that dealership. Went to our meeting, and because my nickname's Tony, all the gentlemen that are dealers for him in the state of Wisconsin all thought I was a guy until I walked through the door. And they were like, oh, it's not a man.
I've had the same experience, opposite situation. They see Shannon and they think it's a female.
I suppose, yeah.
So then, I've come through and they're like, oh, well, this is boring. He's just a short and pudgy bald guy.
Bald.
Like, what's going on here? And I was like, yeah, well, I'm sorry. It's, the story behind this? I'm going to tell you just because I still think it's funny. My mom used to watch soap operas, one called General Hospital.
Same.
Remember that?
Yep.
Apparently, my name was going to be Sean. Okay,
It's a coin
because
flip.
I'm guessing she had a crush on Sean on the soap opera. Sean, 2 weeks before I'm about to be born, turns out on the show to be a serial killer.
Oh, wow.
Oh, well, then
Yeah.
you got to change the name.
Yeah,
expect that coming.
she changes it to Shannon, and I'm like, well, you know what? Turns out I'm a serial killer anyway, Mom. So you didn't do any good. What's going on there? So we laugh about it. But so I was like, well, I kind of, as you get older, I'm like, well, I like the name Sean, but I've really began to embrace Shannon. Shed Geek, I think, fits me better.
Absolutely.
Oh, I like Shed Geek.
I like it.
Stay with that one.
I like
Stay
it.
with that one.
I seen the logo and I'm like, oh, this guy's got to figure it out, because out of all the logos that have went past these eyes this whole week, that one's going to be the easiest one to remember who it was and what they do.
Well, appreciate that. That's actually a big shout out to Kyle Summers, who created the logo. Kyle works over at JBag, but me and him started the podcast together, and he created the logos. And just super talented guy, and I owe him a big thank you for that, because he really got the likeness and image down.
Yeah, Kyle really got it.
We'll be out at restaurants, and people will see her wearing one of my shirts, and then they'll see me, and they're just double taking, and they're like, "Are you the guy on the shirt?"
The guy.
And I'm like, "Yeah, that's me."
Like the suspenders, the glasses, the bow tie. I'm like, that's clearly Shannon, right?
Hello, shed sellers. Let's take a moment to discuss the shed customer and meeting their expectations. I remember growing up in the neighborhood where a certain percentage of the houses had well-manicured lawns and well-manicured homes. These were the type of individuals who felt it was important to purchase a well-constructed home or vehicle, or maybe equipment, to help maintain the quality of the item. As shed manufacturers, we seek to provide a well-built quality shed. We want the customer to feel satisfied that their hard-earned money has been well spent on a product that will last. At LuxGuard, we believe adding high-quality rubber flooring to your line of sheds makes sense to the customer and adds value the customer can appreciate. With each year, sheds are becoming more complex. The customizations we are seeing are virtually endless. LuxGuard not only gives a complimentary aesthetic appearance for their shed, but also protects the floor from spills and keeps cleanup simple. Offer your customer the customer service they seek with LuxGuard. At LuxGuard, we are committed to delivering exceptional customer service and innovative products to help our customers achieve their goals. We strive to meet the evolving needs of the customers. To speak with one of our ready-to-serve customer product specialists, simply call 336-468-4311. To see our product and view an installation video, just visit our website at luxguard.com. LuxGuard, the floor that lasts a lifetime. It's just so, you know what? There's so much seriousness in the world today.
Right.
You know, y'all seem like fun people. I like to be around fun people because it's infectious. Absolutely.
You got to have fun. If every day is total serious, you're not going to, no, you got to enjoy life. Take a break.
You could take that into your customer experience when they come onto your lot.
Yeah.
Every day above ground is a great day. Everything after that is up to us. So that's where we can make that impact.
What about your story, though? Like, where you said you kind of got into the media, the marketing.
I'll give you the fast forward version.
Okay.
I grew up in Cicero, Illinois, which is a western suburb of Chicago.
Yep.
So it's kind of a rougher city. I made it out of there.
My dad lived in Aurora for 12 years.
I'm familiar with Aurora.
Yeah.
So I made it out of there. I've had a diverse, ethnical upbringing. So I've seen a lot of walks of life and communicated with a lot of walks of life. I got into the media stuff because I feel like telling a story is very powerful. And photos are great, so I began as an entrepreneurial, as an amateur photographer in real estate photography.
Nice.
And this guy was a real estate agent. He saw my potential. He was like, oh, he's very professional. He can articulate himself well. And he introduced me to Tony Manta here at Wisconsin Backyard Sheds. It was like, maybe you can take some pictures of her sheds on her lots. It's not real estate, but it is structures and it's buildings. So similar concept, doll them up, make them look really good, and give some good information to go with it. So I started working with Tony as one of my clients, and then shortly after, the same guy that came onto her lot that said, hey, you'd make a great shed dealer, it was like, we think that you have enough potential to where you should be running your own shed lot. So that's how I ended up at North Built Sheds.
So now we're really competitors.
Nice. Well, you know what? And you're friends.
We're on the same team. We're on the same team. That's how I
Friends,
look at it.
competitors, yeah.
It's digital fishing. We're going digital fishing.
Well, that can happen. And, well, just that word alone, digital fishing. And by the way, I see the ink here. I'm always, look, hey.
I'm heavily tattooed.
I know you can't see it.
Self-tattooed. I did it myself.
For the longest time, I've been embarrassed by this, by being in a culture, in an industry that's like culturally, you know what I mean? Maybe it's not super accepted. And I've really began, after 12 years in the industry, after 5 years of doing this, to kind of grow comfortable into my skin.
Absolutely.
I just want to say I like it. I'm an artist. A lot of people don't realize that. Right. I love to do art on the side for fun.
I got bored. These were self-art.
Nice.
I did these all myself.
Very nice.
I have a whole sleeve and my leg I did myself.
But back to that, the art, people can't, I always say, don't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because you got to read the book first to know what's inside.
Absolutely.
And don't judge by the...
You know what some of these mean? Like this right here. This right here, and we're taking a detour, but that's okay.
Right. That's what
this is.
Podcasting's all about.
So Ephesians 6 says to put on the full armor of God, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Right.
I used to work at a faith-based drug and alcohol rehabilitation ministry, and I poured myself into that.
2 years sober right here.
And dude, good job.
I'll call
Proud
nicotine
of you.
free. Thank you.
Proud of you. Congratulations. I had a group of guys from one of the classes that went through. They just really appreciated pouring into them. And they went out on their own while they're in rehab, had no money, no anything. They scraped up the money to get me a trophy.
Oh, wow.
And they presented it to me in front of my church. And it's one of the biggest moments of my life.
Man,
and awesome. People say, well, why don't you keep that as a memory? And I say, man, I keep it as a memory so much I wear it on my skin to say I'm so proud of those guys. Right. And I'm so proud that God gave me the opportunity, right, that allowed me to get in there and like reach those guys.
I got these praying hands tattooed on my neck.
Dude, super proud of you being 2 years clean. That's awesome.
All glory to God. I wouldn't have done it on my own. I really have to advocate that Jesus has been with me every step of the way. That's right. Without him, we need that sovereignty that he offers. That forgiveness. To know that we are cleansed of our sins, that we have a new day forward, and that we can make a change, and that change starts within us. So,
man, we're just not perfect people. We're flawed people. Absolutely. We're all flawed people.
We all got something.
Yeah, but you know what we are, and I've said this for a long time on the podcast. I said we're not going to be ashamed of the gospel. And I'll tell you what, after seeing this is the first time I've talked about it since it's happened. So it's the first time I'll mention it. And if it seems political, this isn't a political podcast, so I don't mean for it to be that way. But like after the shooting of Charlie Kirk,
right?
After seeing that, like he was a big inspiration
in
me, just having the voice to be willing to do this, right? To see him, guy younger than me, motivating, pushing me, saying, "Hey, get out there, have your voice."
Exactly.
Start the dialogue.
Start the dialogue, because nothing happens without conversation.
Correct.
Right. I think we're better for it. The Bible says iron sharpens iron.
Yep. Amen to that.
Yep.
Right? Yes. So, we have to talk. We have to communicate. And even when we're competitors, it's good to talk.
Oh, we beat each other up in the back,
So technically she was one of my clients, but at the same time, she was mentoring me into the shed sales. So while I was showing her how to utilize things like ChatGPT to help create templates for information for ads, for sales ads, or whether it's, hey, here's how you're going to grab the camera, you're going to set it on a tripod, you're going to click the record button, and you're going to do a live, I coach her with live feeds to her local audience. So
imagine this, you guys compete, he's helping you do lives, because that's the help you need.
Yep.
And I promise you, you're mentoring him, you've got him here.
Yeah.
Correct.
How helpful is that?
It is very helpful. I've came a long way.
Yeah.
From just that few little followers and people,
250 followers. Now you're at 1.2K, I think.
Yeah.
Nice.
In
We're
about
climbing.
3 months. In about 3 months' time.
Awesome.
So
Awesome.
I'm reaching, but
right.
I got to reach further.
Yeah.
I need to be boosted.
It's all about implementing solutions. Something works and nothing doesn't. So not taking action could actually cost you so much more than actually just jumping on board and just making it happen.
We're at the NSRA yesterday. I'm talking to the...
We missed out on that. We were totally out enjoying the city.
Yeah, no, that's good. A lot of good things.
We have a
here in
rent-own
Knoxville.
company already that we work with.
There you go. Yeah, well...
Business partner.
I'll tell you
Look
what-
at that guy. Look at you.
We were there yesterday, and you were talking about, indifference or basically not making a decision. Jim Coleman, I was talking to him. He's the chair, and Jim said, me and him was talking privately, and he's like, inaction is an action. Inaction is a decision.
Right.
So that's the hardest thing when it comes to technology for a lot of people, and even our industry that's conservative, right? I joke about this all the time, guys. I say we're conservative. So when someone says, I got an idea, like the first words out of our mouth are like, it'll never work. It's like, what's your idea?
No,
It'll never work.
No.
And it's, with technology, that's so hard.
Right.
Digital Shed Builder is an online shed configurator that strives to provide incredible visual quality, fantastic customer service, and an amazingly low price point, making it a perfect fit for any shed dealer looking to increase their online sales. Digital Shed Builder is simple to use, taking less than 5 minutes to integrate on your site. The Get a Quote feature streamlines your sales process, showing you exactly what your potential customers need. They offer a highly customizable experience that accurately represents your brand and unique shed offerings, working with you directly to set up everything you need in a configurator. With no extra startup cost, no lengthy contracts or commitments, and no hidden fees, Digital Shed Builder has been created with quality, simplicity, and affordability in mind. Talk about technology. You're the things you're telling me, I'm like, man, this is your next podcaster right here.
Yeah, so I actually have been thinking about launching a podcast, and I want it to be focused around health and well-being, as well as healthy living spaces. So I figured that would kind of open up a broader audience potentially to just talk about things that make them feel good or things that they can work on to improve how they feel. And obviously your environment's a big part of that. So the technology aspect is utilizing your resources. These are advancements that we can use to communicate with one another in an effective way to meet our goal with our audience. So whether that's a visual aid digitally being marketed or a video online, whether I like live because I feel like live is like a form of digital rubbernecking, as I call it.
Yeah.
We're up in Wisconsin, but we have some southern roots up there as well. So we're kind of country a little bit in these small towns up there. And I call it digital rubbernecking, and by doing live feeds, even the people that aren't really your fans or your exact target audience, they're going to take a peek to see what you got going on because you're doing something that someone else isn't, right?
And they're starting to follow me now.
Yeah, a lot
and
of
do
people.
what I am starting. What I just started doing. Now, people, friends, companies, businesses that are in my community, they're starting to do my thing, and it's like, wow, where'd you get that idea from?
It starts somewhere, but it's better to be ahead of the pack than it is to be behind it. So better to be a leader than a follower. So Tony's really pushing the envelope as far as getting out there in her local audience in the Watoma area in Wisconsin. So she's really dominating. I think she's at third year now consecutively that you might hit top number one in sales for our organization.
Yeah. Awesome. See, and I'll tell you what, when you think about personality meets tech, and what you can accomplish together, because that's what's been happening for so long in the shed industry is let's find a shed queen, right? Mm-hmm. Let's find just an old retired trusted gentleman that we love and everyone loves whenever they walk through the door.
Yep.
The problem is where it meets the digital world, where it's hey, they're missing out on leads. If you put more people in front of the shed queen, if you put more people in front of this trusted gentleman, they're going to sell more. The problem is getting that because we're relying on the road. Let's talk about SEO. as a perfect example. Like coming on the podcast, I always tell people, come on and tell your story, because if nothing else, you can take excerpts from it and you can put on your website. But what I found whenever I search some companies, like I'm registering as their biggest SEO tool by coming on the podcast and speaking, like the backlinks are more beneficial to them on trying to index by even coming on the podcast. So I'm like, guys, this is just a good conversation, even for your customers. Come on here and tell me, what's the experience like whenever a customer comes to a Shed Queen lot?
Right.
High energy. And I tell her that, I'm like, Tony, I want to see a smile on your face the same way we do these videos. I want you to smile at your customers. The moment they walk through the door to the point they're leaving, like, adios, amigo. Like you treat them like your grandparents. You hold their hand. Sometimes they're not 100% sure what they're looking for, so you just need to guide them a little bit. But they came to you for a reason, so there's that. But as far as the technical side with SEO that you were referring to, I do help with our WordPress website, so I help with the online hosting and the web integrations. So I'm not to the point where I'm getting too crazy with the backlinks. We have backlinks. I use a plugin called Rank Math SEO. So that's a Rank Math Pro that I use as far as currently optimizing my SEO on the web pages. We do utilize Google reviews. Google reviews are kind of their own technical tool in its own, where you do the footwork to get the review and to make sure that they keep growing, because they had mentioned was it like LMMs and like other people are utilizing ChatGPT as like a resource for SEO in a sense, like it backlinks to similar or you can hyperlink people to your website if they're asking the right questions. So FAQs, having the right FAQs.
You guys lost me at, hit escape.
I love it. I love that we lost you, because he kind of lost me a little too. Because he knows so much. But what's interesting is that like you jumped in because that personality comes back around.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to understand. And that's what people like, bro, we got to talk. Like one of the things that we're wanting to do even here is like, we've got some of our stuff up from last year and things like that, but we're wanting to move into more of a consultative role. Right. Like that's what Shed Geek has kind of been this whole time, is to suggest people. We have some exclusive partners, some that aren't, advertising that's available on the show. We try to really promote the industry and things like that.
I love it, man.
Don't get it perfect all the time, but we do our best. And at the end of the day, I'm sitting here going, man, this guy can help people. And that's what it's about. Like, let's take away all the rest.
Right.
This guy can help people.
Right.
You're hearing the story right now about how he helped. And like, if there's ways that we can make connection there, I'd love to chat with you about it. Moving on. I gotta get past the commercial and get back to the conversation. Tell me more about like the digital side, the digital landscape that is, hitting us in the retail market, and like how that affects someone like Tony, like the Shed Queen. Like, how does that affect someone who's like, oh, technology.
It's irritating because I don't know how to do some of it, and when I try on my own, I get frustrated. Well, just turn the thing off. I don't need to do this anymore. I'm wasting my time. I got better things to do with my time than sitting. So it is good to have somebody starting to try and teach me. I mean, I'm older, so computers and me don't always see eye to eye.
She does pretty good, though.
It's the generational gap, though.
Yes.
I mean, it's the generational gap. And, like, look, by coming together instead of pulling apart.
Right.
Right? By coming together and collaborating, and, like, you guys can make for a better experience for both of you.
Right.
Yeah, it comes with repetition. The more you do it, the more it kind of comes second nature. But she's actually grasping a lot of things very quickly, so it makes my job as far as showing her the technical side of things rather easy.
What do you see as some of the digital landscape that like we're missing or that we're doing well in the shed industry?
So I kind of want to go backwards a little bit, because when you first asked the first question about that, I think COVID kind of forced a lot of people's hands at like, all right, online has to happen now. So if you don't exist on the internet, now's the time where either you have to or you're really going to have a hard time figuring it out. So a lot of people jumped onto the internet, kind of let's just get on there and figure it out from there, which is fantastic. That's always good.
They want our attention.
Yeah, let's take a listen at this.
I can't hear anything.
It's pretty loud.
It sounds like Charlie Brown's mom. That's all I hear. You know what they're saying over the speaker here? They're saying you should go to the Shed Geek booth and check out these new awesome people.
That's what they just
said.
Yeah.
I thought that's what I heard.
Yeah, they was like, write him a blank check. That'll be beneficial too. Just if you're bored. and I'll take it. So go ahead and bring it over, guys.
Are you swimming in leads but struggling to close the deal? It's time to turn those leads into profits with Making Sales Simple, the ultimate sales training program designed specifically for shed sales professionals. At Making Sales Simple, we understand the challenges you face, overwhelmed by inquiries, unsure how to follow up, and missing opportunities that can boost your bottom line. Our proven techniques help you and your team master the art of connecting with customers, building trust, and closing deals like never before. Whether you're new to the industry or a seasoned pro, this training will sharpen your skills, increase your conversions, and drive your business to new heights. Don't let those leads go cold. Invest in your team's success today. Making sales simple, because every lead deserves a closer.
So just to kind of touch base where I left off there, I think COVID really it was like a digital turning point or a fork in the road for some. And then the people jumped on the boat and said, I'm just going to get online and just figure it out as I go. Other people went with third-party solutions like outsourcing that type of work or hiring some local company to do their advertising or marketing. And a lot of point or interactions are going to be car sales, because a lot of those car sales lots kind of similar. They're renting trailers or cars, and they're doing something, so they see something works and nothing doesn't. But I think that as far as there's a lot of tools that are out there now, and I think that listening to like a podcast like yours definitely kind of helps funnel it down to what are some of the most common platforms or software vendor tools out there, and what can be the most user-friendly at the same time. So if you're just starting out, maybe one solution's better for you than another.
And I told you, he can go on and on and on
good.
and on.
It's good content.
And I mean, and that's just to kind of touch base on, as far as, being the digital side of the face of the company. I'm still new to it. I have yet to sell a single shed. I'm excited for this first sale. They say that you'll always remember your first shed sale.
I do.
I've had a few great conversations with some potential customers, but I mean, I have a great conversation with everyone I meet. I just try to bring that positive energy with it. They call me Mr. Zen, by the way. That's my handle.
Mr. Zen.
Mr. Zen.
I like it. Yeah, that's good. What is the Shed Queen's advice? What is your approach to customer care? Whenever somebody comes into the lot, what are the years of experience that you've used? What's your approach? I'm so curious.
Sincerity.
Okay.
And honesty. I am who I am. I'll help you. I'll be the utmost to give you what you need. It's just being there for the customer, and I'm always a happy-go-lucky person. I'm always a jokester. But it's more or less putting it in front of them, and don't ever try to sugarcoat it. Just be honest. Honesty is the best.
It's almost not a salesperson by the end of the where you're asking for the sale. You're just almost not a salesperson. It's like you're a friend, gathering them through that, transferring what you believe can be helpful based off of their questions. I mean, that's the way I've always approached it. We did a breakout session. You're in the breakout session. You heard me say, my approach is always just ask questions.
Right.
Ask questions, because once you ask a question, they answer it, they're giving you permission to ask another question.
Exactly.
So just keep asking them until you uncover. You're mining for information. Mm-hmm. And they're hiding that information, and you want to get to it.
I actually have a reference and a story to her response, because when she says sincerity and making sure that the customer knows that they matter and that they care when they enter her lot, being that she was one of the clients that I worked with on the marketing side of things, at one point my marketing business, because I had an LLC with a business partner and there were some financial issues that occurred which caused separation. I hear that that's a common thing when you have business partners, but so I was thinking, all right, I may need to go to a regular 9-to-5 job. I might need to, hang up this marketing hat, and I gave it my college try. I gave it the best I could, and it just didn't work out. She called me for 7 days straight, every single day. How are you feeling today, Mariano? What do you have planned for today? Do you want to work on any marketing content? Please, stick with the marketing stuff. It works. You're making a difference. You make a difference in my office and what we do here. So I just feel like I'm supposed to tell you to keep with it. So she's 100% sincere. She's 100% prideful in what she does. She's a great person to work with and for. So anyone that buys a shed from her would be blessed with that opportunity. So I've learned a lot working with her.
Wow.
What a good soundbite.
That was
honestly.
a sales pitch.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, sound bites can be used for good. They can be used for bad, right? What a good opportunity to put that even on your website.
I am blessed to be here at the Shed Expo 2025 with Shannon and Tony here, the Shed Queen.
This is our first year,
I'm
so
blessed
we'll
to be
back.
here. I'm a new face.
Awesome.
I'm a new company, so it's really exciting every step of the way. It's just
this is the inaugural Shed Week, so this is the first year that they've taken it in. So you got the Shed Sale Summit, and it just went great on Monday. It was excellent.
That was
a great first day.
It was so fun. Tuesday, the NSRA. Who knows where the schedule is going to look like next week or next year. I'm just saying. And then to roll in here on Wednesday and Thursday, and I'll tell you what we did. We went down. Every time I come through Knoxville, I'm going to tell on myself. Been through Knoxville probably no less than 50 times, I'm guessing, driving. I always come in on that west side of 40, and I like to stop at a little place called Mooyah.
Mooyah?
I don't know if anybody's ever been to Mooyah. See, this is what I love about him.
We're live, folks.
Hey,
this is a live podcast.
What I love is that he goes into tech mode right in the moment, and I love that.
Yep. He said moolah. I thought you said moolah.
Mooyah.
Mooyah. This is a moolah moment right here.
So you can get a little moo or you can get a big moo, and that's a shake, basically, right? And it's a burger place, and it's not healthy, right? Well, I mean, sorry, Mooyah. I mean, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But I love you. It doesn't matter.
You're getting
I go every
time.
time.
We're hollering at you.
I go every time. I love it. We went and had some good food last night, more formal. But, we sit down and we talk to, a bunch of people there on Sunday night. And we asked the guy who was walking around who brought the food out. We said, hey, man, we're looking for some storage. Where do we go get storage? And what do you think he said? What do you guys, what would you imagine? And you should try this. From now on, every one of you listening should try this. What do you think that guy said?
Looking for storage?
Yeah.
I'm assuming go online, go on the internet, search.
Yeah, I like you because that's your first thought, and that's what you would imagine. We're going to get there.
Resources.
His first thought was, what kind of storage?
I was just going to say, what are you storing?
Yeah, what kind of storage? And then it moved into, like a shipping container, right? So we're not ahead of shipping containers, right? Like sheds, we haven't made it there yet. We haven't arrived yet. And then I said, no, maybe like a shed. You know what I mean? Like a backyard shed, like a garden shed or something. And he was like, man, I don't know. I was like, well, do you know the name of anybody around here, a company or anything I can go to? And he's like, no, man, I'm busy. I'll tell you what. Here,
not one recommendation. Huh?
Not one recommendation. I'm going to open up my phone because I'm busy. And I'm just going to go to AI, and I'm going to let you scroll through, and you can see the top 5 or 6 around here.
Hello, today we're going to take a look at iFab's component saw system. So we're utilizing a DeWalt chop saw. We've put it on sliders, easily to adjust. We've automated it using pneumatics so that we can run all these saws together using one actuator. We can either actuate with a 2-hand safety control here or a foot pedal. The 2-hand safety control comes with board clamps here, so to clamp in your board so you're totally hands-free. We've got digital readout up here to find your angle as well as your length. So we have a 90-degree saw here for your super long angle cuts. We've also got a conveyor on this system to take away your cutoffs. This system is completely modular. We can add as many saws as you need. The rails can be as long as you need.
For more information, visit www.ifabllc.com.
That was the recommendation.
Wow.
That's what you're going to get 90%
That's going to become a
of the
common
time.
thing. That's going to become a common thing, absolutely.
Like my daughter goes to TikTok and uses it like a search engine at this point.
I search most things in ChatGPT Pro more than I do on Google now.
Yeah.
I feel like Google's becoming the Wikipedia of its
It's
time.
MySpace. Is that MySpace?
What is MySpace? We're not.
Yeah.
We're not. I don't want to sit here and tell my age.
Are you? How old are you? Come on.
I'm approaching 40.
You're approaching 40. Well, you remember MySpace
Absolutely.
then, man.
I was on MySpace.
Yeah.
On MySpace.
Yeah, MySpace was fun.
It was cool.
It was a good thing.
Tom was a great guy. He was my first friend.
Honestly.
MySpace Tom, if you remember him.
Yeah, no, man, that's great. Yeah, what was fun? It was fun. Facebook come along, and now they call it Boomer Book, because like we're all old, the people who actually understand Facebook.
That's the first time I heard that reference.
Yeah, Boomer Book, and I'm like, well, it's probably accurate because it's about the only thing I use. And I try to get on the rest of the social media stuff and utilize them.
You guys lost me again.
The Yellow Pages. Let's bring her back. Let's talk about the Yellow Pages.
Let's bring her back. Do you remember when you could look for a phone number?
Yeah, in a phone book. Yeah.
How many, do you remember, have you guys always had a phone growing up?
Yes.
Pretty much.
Yep.
I had the old Nokia. I've had the Motorola.
No, he's talking about the one that hangs on the wall.
Hey, look, I'm talking about.
Yeah. The one that spins.
The landline, the rotary phone. Yeah. Look, my daughter saw a rotary phone at an antique place one day, and she was like, hey, I've read about those. Uh-huh. Tony.
Yeah,
she's
I know.
read about those.
I actually have an idea to bring those back.
We should just put them out for our kids and say, make a call.
Make a call.
So here's
I'll give you $100. Call somebody.
Here's my suggestion. Maybe you have a listener out there that might tune into this, but I think that they should utilize those old phones. Those they were corded phones back then. It was wired to the wall.
It had a cord
but it was corded from there to there, right?
Yeah.
What if they made those with some LED lights to make it customizable or fashionable to the kids, but they had to earn airtime by completing some sort of chore app? And when they completed the chore, they get some airtime so they can sit there and talk to their friends. It takes away the video aspect so they're not addictive to that, I need the instant gratification video.
You're a gamer. This makes sense to you. Because, I worked at a rehab, and there was folks that came to rehab for, gaming.
Yeah, it can be an addiction.
It was a complete addiction. It was running their life. Their parents would bring them there. I mean, that's like a real thing. Everybody thinks rehab is drugs, alcohol only.
It's for mental health.
It's so much more.
I went to a mental behavioral facility for 7 days.
Yeah.
Just to kind of purify my mind, detox everything.
Yeah, get your mind.
They actually wouldn't accept you unless you had nothing in your system. They make you take a drug test.
Yeah, the one I worked at was the
test.
same way. You had to clear yourself and your system.
Then they'll allow you to take room and board.
So your first phone, I'm assuming that's not your phone number now.
No.
But do you remember the phone number?
Yeah.
You can call the phone number from your first one? I can.
I can. I remember all my phone numbers.
I only remember my grandparents' first phone number.
But you still remember a number.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right? My phone number is 742-8274.
Yeah.
I just remember it right off the bat.
Yep.
I'm like, man, I don't even know how I remember that because I haven't called anybody. But how many phone numbers right now can you actually call out just on memory without looking at your phone right now?
I can call hers.
My husband, mine, my mom and dad's.
Maybe one or two friends from high school.
Oh, my 2 boys. So maybe a handful.
Maybe a handful, maybe 5.
Yeah. But remember, in the day, we had to remember all of that.
Every number.
Every number.
Yeah, I probably had 30 numbers stored away somewhere in my head.
But
now we have 1,000 contacts in our phone, and it's just
Yeah.
Thank you for technological advancements.
Isn't it crazy?
Yeah.
How different things work and happen, and it's. We were talking about it yesterday. We were trying to figure out where's AI going? Is it helping us? Is it hurting us? And it's doing both.
Right.
Exactly. It's doing both.
It's a tool that you can utilize. So it depends on how it's being utilized. It's the same conversation with the bullet and the gun.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's the intent of the person that's utilizing it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, absolutely.
Healthy minds, healthy living spaces, man cave sheds, she sheds. That's how my brain thinks. I'm in my own mode here of click, design, delivered. That's where I'm at with this stuff. So I'm trying to make this become the Amazon buying of shed experiences for my local town, in a sense. I don't want it to be that automated. I want the personal touch. I feel like she's right. Being sincere, being open, being transparent really opens up the possibilities for customers to want to design with you specifically.
How far apart are you guys?
About 51, 52 miles.
Okay, so not terribly bad.
Throw a rock and hit each other's lot pretty much. She'd probably like a little bit more distance. I'm
sure.
He
could go further.
I'm a little too close. She's got some nice fish in her pond. She's got some largemouth and smallmouth bass, and I'm a fisherman, so
just stay out of my water.
My kayaks like to venture.
What are your hopes? You're 3 years in and fairly new. What are your hopes in the shed industry? Where do you want it to go? Where do you see it going from what you've experienced so far? Hello, shed builders. I'd like to grab your attention for just a moment. As we look ahead to 2025, one thing is clear. Customers will have higher expectations than ever before. Shed consumers have an unprecedented access to information. To stay competitive, you need to create sheds that are not only high in quality, but also rich in innovation. You might recall my friend Dan Ream, one of my early podcast guests, who introduced Solar Blaster fans, specifically the Solar Roof Blaster. Dan has been busy handling orders, and he's eager to speak directly to shed builders about his groundbreaking products. What stands out to me about Dan's products, designed specifically for sheds, like the Solar Roof Blaster and the Solar Light Blaster, is how they enhance the shed owner's experience. With the focus on quality, it's time to start thinking about adding features and benefits for the end user. Here at Shed Geek, we wholeheartedly recommend Solar Blaster as the solution. My favorite thing about the entire line of products? The support you'll receive from Dan. Not only is he incredibly knowledgeable about these products, but he's also one of the most customer-focused individuals I know. He truly stands behind both his product and his service. We're searching for companies ready to elevate customer satisfaction to the next level. To learn more, just visit solarblasterfans.com and fill out some basic information for a callback, or connect directly at 480-747-7097. You can also check out the Shed Geek newsletter, where a click on the Solar Blaster ad will guide you to a form for more information and some cool videos showcasing the products. Let's power up innovation and elevate customer experiences together.
And I'd like to at least double that next year.
Yeah.
I want to double it. That's my goal.
You never said the first number. I never even heard the number.
Okay. It's okay. You don't have to
the
share
number
here.
drop?
You can.
She's the shed queen. The number's up there. It's up there. There's a reason why I'm where I'm at.
Awesome.
Right now, at the end of last month, I already surpassed what I did last year.
Awesome. Congrats.
So I'm doing better.
Good.
Now I just need to go a little bit. I want to double next year.
Yeah.
I want to double that. And then my goal is my husband and I just had to literally purchase the lot that I'm on. So it's a big financial commitment. But my goal is that if I live 10 years, I'll have the lot paid off, I'll be financially secure, and if I do pass away, my two boys will be set for life.
Awesome. Legacy.
Legacy.
Talking about leaving
I'm leaving that to my children, and they can go forward. And hopefully they've learned something from me on how to sell a shed.
She's got
Awesome.
She's got some very strong-minded and strong-willed boys. One of them's a service member. I will say that she has made some healthy lifestyle changes since her and I have. She has been making a cutback and quitting smoking, so that's very impressive.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And that's for longevity of health. I plan on her still being the number one in shed sales for our organization for many years to come.
Many.
So I got a lot to learn from her. I'm hoping maybe at some point she's going to outgrow her office and sell me her office. That's kind of something. I'm just going to throw that out there because I feel like that just needs
You got to get that in right now.
I got to plant that seed a couple
It's recorded.
times.
It's recorded now.
No.
Her office is just not big enough for as many sales as she's taking in. Need more seating.
No, I just love what I do. I love it. I enjoy going and getting up every morning. I enjoy going to work. I enjoy selling, and it's just a passion. And if I can turn that passion into leaving my sons and my husband something that they can be proud of, yeah.
It's like the ultimate freedom, really. Because I think that's what we're all searching for individually is freedom, and there's something to be said about quiet mornings, feeding your fish, right? There's something to be said about that.
Yep.
Like nothing wrong with the rise and grind. I'll tell you what, you can get so busy. Like I've talked a lot recently. I wrote something in the Shed Business Journal about this. It's been a big part of my life that success is a good thing. But look, I grew up poor, right?
Same.
Grew up poor. Yep. Neither one of my parents ever made $10 an hour. I think my dad, when he retired as a janitor, was making $10 an hour at the college. Right.
But you high-five that janitor and you show him as much respect as the person at the top.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Your dad was a rock star. Obviously, he did a great job with you, Shannon.
He's been great. Actually, me and my dad have a better relationship than we've ever had. He's 83 years old. me and him just get along now. We go out to eat every Saturday. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, it's better now than it's ever been in my life. But like, childhood was rough, right? And we struggled, or struggled financially. And I'll tell you what, you don't know you struggle financially until you get outside of your echo chamber that you're living in. And then you realize, like, what opportunities out there.
I survived all
that.
that. Like Chicago.
So for me, like, any level of success is like, hey, I don't need to rely on that. I'm going to tell you what financial success, those quiet mornings where I'm not stressed and rising and grinding, because you can get too caught up in the success, even in the moment.
Right. Exactly.
And it's great, but it's like, well, what am I doing? I can't breathe.
Right.
Because I can't, it
kind of falls back on healthy lifestyles yet again, because I'll wake up in the morning and I'll take that first break, like before I start looking at my phone and seeing all my messages. I'll reach for my Bible, and then I have this devotion book that I was given by a mentor of mine. So I'll read a chapter or a page from either of those. I'm feeding my soul, I'm feeding my mind before I feed my gut, and then that kind of prepares me for whatever the day is going to bring. Whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, I'm ready. Bring it on, So I find that I begin my day with God and just being at peace. Then no matter what else comes, you're
Mr.
ready for
Zen. Mr. Zen.
They actually gave me that nickname in that behavioral facility.
I'll tell you what, man, there's just something, there is something so good about quiet mornings, peace of mind. Mm-hmm. I had a guy ask me one time, he's like, I forgot what it was. I went from one job that was making pretty good money, but had a lot of stress, to another job. And we began to talk, and I could tell he was listening. He was interested in what I had to say. And he was like, man, what's the dollar amount you put on peace of mind? And I was like, I don't know that I can.
It's richer than any gold.
Yeah, I don't know that I can get there. But that's what I want. I want to walk in that.
The freedom to do what you can with your time and what you love to do the most.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's true, Rich. That's the true, the goal that everyone should reach for, is if you can truly do with what you love with your time, you have made it to rich status.
Doesn't always take money, does it?
Doesn't take money at all.
You can be happy without having a dime in your pocket.
Yeah. Well, even some of the richest people.
Yeah.
Unhappy.
Yeah.
Like, we've seen that.
Yep.
They're unhappy. So, man, I like the conversation. You guys are just fun to hang around.
Yeah,
well,
this is not bad for just a off-the-wall podcast.
I mean, we literally just planned, let's sit down and do a podcast.
Let's do it now. Why do we need to wait?
I love too that you're the let's do it now guy, because I like that on a calendar. Whenever I'm talking to somebody, I'm like, we need to get something on the calendar. I always like it when people challenge me and say, let's just do that now.
Oh, he's like that every day.
Like, we're going live. Tony, you're live ready. You are live. She's like, I'm live.
I'm live.
I'm live. Okay.
That's probably when you're at your best.
Probably.
For the people who say, oh, well, I don't really have much to say, or I don't want to brag on myself, or, you know what I mean? I'm like, I get it. We had the comedian yesterday at the SRA, and he was like, I forgot what he said, something along the lines of, how many, whatever, and nobody raised their hand. He's like, that's okay. You're a conservative crowd. I'm used to it. We just don't draw attention to ourselves.
Right,
we're not loud.
right.
And I'm like, but man, there's just good conversation there.
Absolutely.
And if you think you're boring, trust me, there's someone out there who's going to get something from your story. I always tell people it's my job to interview you.
Yeah. Yep.
Right? So I got to ask the questions.
Right.
You just share what you want. And some of the best podcasts I've gotten, responses I've gotten, is from people who say, this guy.
I wasn't prepared for that. I'll just say it. Say it. Yeah.
Yeah. It was like, man, that was really deep. We didn't plan that.
Right.
Getting people excited when they're not ready for it can just burn some sort of fire within them that they didn't even know existed.
And as salespeople, you almost got to be prepared for that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
You got to be prepared for a customer to walk in at any time, and you know what? They're going to catch you eating. They're going to catch you whatever it is.
Yep.
And you've got to be prepared. So, you don't have a whole lot of time.
So there's no take one, take two.
Yep.
It's boom, here it is.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
I totally thank you very much for everything that you've said, because it's meant an awful lot to me.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's already a pleasure getting to know you guys. We're 40 minutes in. You guys got a lot of Shed Expo here to cover. I just want to say thank you.
No, thank you.
Thanks for having us on, Shannon. Great opportunity.
It's fun. Shed Week's a blast. I hope that you guys thoroughly invest into it, enjoy it.
Oh, yeah.
And, hey, I want to stay connected.
Yes. Oh, yes.
I got a business card.
Perfect.
I'll give you mine, too.
Sounds good that way.
All right.
I'll hand those off to my wife, and her
Thank
and
you.
Troy will get these episodes edited, and you guys feel free to share them wherever you want.
Mariano with Northfield Sheds.
And just thank you for what you do.
Well, thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you for what you do.
If I get my podcast up and going, I'd love for you to become one of the
Dude,
you know,
I'll be there.
Day
one.
hosts.
Day one.
Yeah,
I'll be there.
I'd like for
Holler
her
at
to
me
be the
anytime.
number one guest.
Well,
co-host.
hey, I'll come on whenever
Yeah, I'd
Thank
like
you.
that.
because I want to be supportive. I love it whenever people do this. I think communication. I think it drives us.
It drives
Absolutely,
us.
absolutely.
It drives us.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank
That
you, guys.
Iron,
Thank you.
iron
All right.
sharpens iron. You know, it's a really good way to keep people in. Awesome.
Thanks again, Shed Pro, for being the Shed Geeks studio sponsor for 2025. If you need any more information about Shed Pro or about Shed Geek, just reach out. You can reach us by email at info@shedgeek.com or just go to our website, www.shedgeek.com, and submit a form with your information, and we'll be in contact right away. Thank you again for listening, as always, to today's episode of the Shed Geek Podcast. Thank you and have a blessed day.